Alright, YouTube. In an effort to be ever the asshole and always be forthcoming in assholishness, I'm going to touch on a subject now that pisses a lot of people off, including myself. And before I do that, I'd like to apologize for the shakiness of the camera. It's very convenient for me to do this on the way home, and it's actually almost liberating, soothing to produce these little videos, because it's 10 minutes of talking when when no one else will listen, I guess. On local radio, as I was driving, I was listening to a story that hits close to home for myself and for countless people around the world, actually. I just was listening to the story of a young man by the name of, oh shit, I lost his name already. It was a strange Italian name, Scarbino or something. Anyway, sorry. I'm the Italian bigot now. But in my ignorance of this kid's name and my lack of memory thereof, I'm just dumbfounded by this story. Within the past couple of months, this kid has passed away, and it's been on local news because local disc jockeys always need something to talk about, and they picked the story up and just had the kid's dad on the radio. I don't know if yet I've mentioned exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about heroin addiction, drug addiction in general, really. And the reason that I say this story hits close to home is because I happen to know many people that are addicted to drugs. And boom goes the dynamite. I mean, everything from heroin to anything. My kid's mother is lost on heroin out there somewhere. Nobody even knows where she is. So, at any rate, it does hit close to home in that respect, that I know a lot of people that are addicted to all kinds of different drugs. But also this local story. So the kid was in shock camp. In the New York State prison system, you have a choice, if you are a nonviolent drug offender, to attend what's called a shock camp, where you will, in a prison setting, obviously a secured setting, experience a military-style daily routine, rich with beatings and more beatings, and then some PT, and then some more beatings, and yeah, it does a body good. I know this because I was also there. The kid left shock camp. Now, the story goes that he was fumbling around looking for a ride. I'm not sure exactly how that works out, as, like I said, I've been in the New York State system, and I remember quite clearly, when you leave, you have to have somewhere to go. They don't just turn you out to the streets. You need a ride. You need a home. The parole board looks into that home, and so on and so forth. So I'm not exactly sure how this story goes that way, which is kind of askew. And the fact that this kid was looking for a ride, as his dad said, he was interviewing with this local radio station, and he was giving the story. And now that the kid couldn't find a ride, and he was looking around, texting around, trying to get a ride, he somehow bumped into some of his shitty street friends. And one thing led to another. At any rate, on Evergreen Street in the city, this kid died. Long story short. And the father is now being interviewed and has some level of notoriety for doing something unselfish, in that he has left a Narcan kit at the scene. This is one of those zombie houses, I'm guessing, where it's a shooting gallery of sorts. From his description, there were hundreds of caps and needles and bags and so on. Even spray painted, phone numbers and whatnot, like, call Julio for, the good shit, man. And anyways, this father had, not knowing what else really to do, had picked up a Narcan kit, Narcon, whatever the hell it's called, and left it at the scene and gave his story about how Wiley was there. He went Facebook Live because he felt really pained, obviously, for obvious reasons. And Wiley was there. A couple of dudes happened upon him. Just, it's like I said, it was a pretty happening spot. There was physical evidence of shitbaggery going on. So it was only a matter of time before somebody walked up. But anyways, he had a broken conversation with these two guys. I guess they were of some kind of Spanish descent, didn't really speak English. And from what he gathered, they, yes, we're coming here to party. Yeah, you party? No, I don't. Matter of fact, my kid died, right there just a couple of weeks ago. And they're, oh, Poppy, oh man, I'm sorry, while they were busting out their shit. So, I mean, what do? You're talking about some full-grown people doing some full-grown shit. You really can't, what are you supposed to do? So, I guess he probably did the only, normal, well, not normal, but the only sane and well-rounded thing to really do. And, yo, you know what this is? Yeah. You know how to use this? Yeah, see. Sorry. Oh boy. Anyways, yeah, okay. Be safe. Be smart. Do what you can to stop this shit. People die every day. And goodbye. That was the end of the story. But it just gave me a little bit of motivation to get on here and rant for a minute about the way I feel about drug addiction and my own story behind things that I'm not going to go into detail as far as what I'm responsible for in this world as far as scumbaggery goes. But I do understand, which seems to be the constant argument from the opposing side, is that you don't understand. You have no idea. You don't understand. Well, in fact, I do, but also many other people do, in that this is a bunch of bullshit. And I'm sure that I just lost half the audience right there. Anyone who's watching this, hear me out, okay? Because yes, I understand that this is a disease, right? It is a fucking disease, motherfucker. The fucking brain disease is what it is. And I understand there are degrees of addiction regarding physical and mental addiction and so on. But being someone that has overcome, and like I said, I'm not going to go into, extreme detail because I just, it's nobody's fucking business. But, I mean, let's just suffice it to say that I've, at the very least, let's just go here. I quit cigarettes 2 years ago, just like that. It wasn't just like that. It took a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, but I did do it. And I've not looked back since, in addition to other things that I'm not going to, for personal reasons, unsaid, go into. But, so the understanding is there, and like I said, the understanding is that, yeah, it is a fucking disease. Now, my whole argument is this, because, in my opinion, there's no more selfish thing to do in this world other than to kill yourself. Again, another thing that nobody has any idea, nobody knows. Oh, you don't know what the person next to you is going through. Oh my God. Listen, I do. Okay? Everybody knows pain. Everybody knows suffering. Everybody knows selfishness too. I personally, and this is where I really just don't give a fuck what anyone says. I know that I'm going to take some heat for this. And maybe in some circumstances, maybe rightly so. But the percentage of rightly so to you're a selfish piece of shit is pretty low. Take Robin Williams, for instance. What the fuck? his particular case pissed me off because I watched that movie, World's Greatest Dad or whatever, where his kid was jerking himself with the belt, and he fucking died. And you gave a stellar performance, asshole, and how it hits a person when somebody close to you dies, right? So you can project those feelings that, are natural because somebody fucking died. Regardless of the reason, it was an accident, he was beating it and fucking slipped off the chair, okay. Or somebody blows their brains out, it doesn't matter. The person that you cared about is now gone as a result of death. So you were able to portray that to the people in a movie about how it feels, and you're crying and this and that, and then you say, oh, fuck it, I'm such a selfish piece of shit that I'm going to do it anyway. I don't know. Like I said, it's second only to suicide in selfish piece of shitness. Drug addiction, that is. In that you can't get the help, right? You can't find no one will help you. No one. Oh, I don't know what to do. Well, let me give you a little tip. Walk into any fucking treatment center in the fucking world and tell them that you're a heroin addict. That's a start, right? They may not, put a pacifier in your mouth, suck your dick, and give you a bag of chips and put you to bed, but it's a fucking start. Why? Because you're not going to pay anything, all right? You're not going to pay for shit. There are fully self-serving, if you will, however, it's self-funded by the state. You walk into any clinic, I have a heroin problem. You're going to get referred to the first number on the Rolodex. You're going to get the help that you need. No, you will not be paying dick out of pocket. Even if you did pay something, it would be much later, and so on and so forth. The help is available, is my point. Very, very available. Now, it's been said that heroin addiction, along with other addictions, is considered a disease. Oh, it's a disease. Well, let me ask you this. If you have a disease, would it be prudent of you to see the fucking doctor? Or would you just continue on with your fucking disease? Oh, I have fucking influenza of the cock. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking just fuck it, man. You have a disease, right? Dickhead, get to the fucking doctor, okay? Get to the fucking doctor, get some help. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I have compassion for people because, again, I do know that pull, like this kid that was in jail, his story, listen, man, 7 months is plenty of time to get off of dope. It really is. Trust me. However, when you get out after 7 months, oh, shit, what are you boys doing? What? You want to give me some free drugs? And who's this whore? And so on. That's how it happens. And yes, I get it. However, the world is bigger than you. Much, much bigger than you. You got kids, asshole? You got fucking kids? Like my kid's mother out there, not paying a dime of child support, not doing a fucking thing. Multiple Christmases go by before they even see or hear, hide or hair of the bitch. You ain't got a family? You don't got, like, your mom, right? Worried to death? I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Is it a disease? Sure the fuck is. Sure the fuck is a disease. Got you all fucked up with your disease. However, almost all diseases are curable. And anybody with a fucking brainstem that's going to sit there and tell me, which I'm sure there will be plenty of people that are going to tell me that I'm wrong. No, you're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. You ain't going to tell me that just because, oh, it's an addiction and we should suck their dick and fucking, oh, it's okay, baby. No, start kicking people in the fucking ass. Tell them the fucking truth. Go to these fancy rehabs and all oh, it's a fucking omelet bar and it's a fucking meat factory. You go in there and it's everybody's just fucking exchanging phone numbers and, fucking on, listen, take your life seriously. You only get one life, not to mention that shit could drop you. You get a good bag, Just like that, you're dead. But even when you lived through it, maybe you 10, 20 years in and you're still alive, oh, it didn't get me yet. Bitch, do you have any idea what is going on inside of your fucking body? Your fucking whole shit is defunct. You're fucking barely moving. I don't even know how these people stand up. You see them. Keith Richards. Fucking looking Skeletor. Shit. I mean, you're taking your life and just shitting on it. Just for that minute. Just for that minute of pleasure and the, 8 hours or whatever of, sanity afterwards. Because I understand, again, like I said, I do get it. I understand that, it's not just, it's a physical addiction. Yeah, I understand you're sick. I get it. Go get some fucking help. It's disease, remember? I know if I had the fucking flu, or if I had diabetes, or if I had whatever, I would be at the fucking hospital getting my disease taken care of, checked out, under wraps, get comfortable, get some longevity behind you, deal with your shit. Handle your shit. Alright, YouTube, that's about all.